Growing up, my family looked perfect from the outside. My dad was a firefighter, always admired in our small community, and my mom was a nurse, known for her kindness and care. I was the older of two boys, 3 years older than my little brother Sam. But behind our friendly waves and smiles, our home was a battlefield of unspoken tensions and hidden heartaches. Sam was born premature, weak, and fragile. His early years were a whirlwind of hospital stays, medical procedures, and the fragile hope that things would get better. My parents, stretched thin by their demanding jobs, did everything they could to keep up with Sam's needs. They loved us both, I knew that, but Sam's health often made me feel like a background character in my own life. I tried to make things easier for them. I saw the lines of worry deepen on Mom's face and the exhaustion that clung to Dad's eyes. So, I became self-sufficient. I did my homework without reminders, helped around the house, and never complained. Yet, no matter what I did, I couldn't escape the feeling that I was standing on the sidelines looking in. My teachers noticed. Mrs. Thompson, my fifth-grade teacher, pulled me aside one day and asked if everything was okay at home. I forced a smile and told her things were just busy. She gave me a look of understanding, telling me her door was always open, but I never took her up on it. The first time I really felt the sting of being overlooked was my 11th birthday. I nervously asked if we could have a small celebration, just a cake and a couple of friends. My parents agreed, but when the day came, Sam spiked a fever. Fearing the worst, my parents canceled everything to rush him to the doctor. "Rain check, buddy?" Dad said, ruffling my hair as they left. I nodded, hiding my disappointment, and ended up at my friend Jake's house for the day. His mom, sensing something was wrong, insisted I stay for dinner. She even dug up a leftover cupcake and stuck a candle in it. I blew it out quietly, wishing things were different. As the years went by, I found refuge outside of home. I joined the robotics club, where Mr. Ellis, our advisor, became a mentor. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself and encouraged me to pursue engineering. "You've got talent, Adrian," he told me after a meeting one day. "Ever thought about doing this for a living?" I shrugged. "I like building things." "Well, don't stop," he said, smiling. "You're good at it." At home, my parents did try to be there when they could. Mom cheered at a few of my competitions, and Dad even helped me build a model rocket one weekend. But eventually, Sam's health would always pull them away. One evening, Sam knocked on my bedroom door. "Hey," he said quietly. "Mind if I come in?" "Sure," I said, glancing up from my project. He sat on the edge of my bed. "I heard Mom and Dad can't make it to your competition tomorrow." I shrugged, my shoulders tensing. "It's fine. Mr. Ellis will be there." "It's not fine," Sam said, his voice heavy with guilt. "I hate that they miss your stuff because of me." "It's not your fault," I replied, softening. "You didn't choose this." "I just wish things were different," he said, and I found myself agreeing. High school was my escape. I threw myself into academics and honed my engineering skills, earning scholarships that I knew would take me away from the chaos. When I got a full ride to a top university, my parents were thrilled. They even threw a small celebration, one of the rare times when I felt like I wasn't competing with Sam for their attention. University opened up a whole new world for me. I thrived, surrounded by people who shared my passion. Balancing part-time work, intense classes, and the lingering weight of old insecurities wasn't easy, but I made it through. I called home weekly, though our conversations often revolved around Sam, his latest doctor's visits, his milestones. Still, they try to ask about my projects and classes. My junior year, my design team won a national engineering competition. I was ecstatic and called home to share the news. "That's amazing," Mom said, her excitement genuine. "We'll have to celebrate when you're home next." "Actually," I said hesitantly, "I was hoping you could come to the awards ceremony. It's kind of a big deal." There was a pause. "Oh, honey, Sam has a specialist appointment that day. We've been waiting for this one for months." I swallowed my disappointment. "Of course. Maybe next time." The turning point came during my senior year Thanksgiving. We were at my grandparents' house, all together for a change. As everyone shared updates, I mentioned my upcoming graduation and job offers. "That's wonderful, dear," my grandmother said, beaming. "Yeah, and Sam's been doing great too," Dad added. He's even been cleared to join the school's hiking club. I set down my fork, feeling the familiar sting. Can we, just for once, focus on something other than Sam? The table went silent. Adrian, Mom started, but Sam interrupted. No, he's right. Dad looked irritated. Let's not make a scene. I'm not, I said, my voice steady. I've spent my whole life waiting for you to see me. I'm happy for Sam, but I'm here too. Mom reached across the table. We never meant to make you feel like that. But you did, I said softly. After dinner, Sam found me outside on the porch. I'm sorry, he said, his breath fogging in the cold night air. It's not your fault, I told him. I know it's been hard, he said, but I want you to know that I see you. I always have. I looked at him, finally believing that he meant it. Thank you. That night, my parents joined us on the porch, bundled in their coats. We've been talking, Dad said, and we're sorry. We thought we were doing our best, but we realize now how much we missed. It's not something we can fix overnight, Mom said, her voice breaking. But we want to try. I took a deep breath, feeling a crack in the wall I'd built around my heart. I want that too. In the months that followed, we all went to therapy, awkward at first, but slowly things began to shift. My parents started to show up for me in ways they hadn't before. They visited, asked about my projects, and celebrated my successes. Sam and I grew closer, sharing our guilt, our fears, and the parts of our lives we'd never discussed. When I graduated, they were all there, cheering me on. As I crossed the stage, I felt lighter, like we were finally moving forward together. On my 26th birthday, Dad handed me a wooden toolbox filled with old, well-loved tools. Thought you might like these for your projects, he said, a hopeful smile on his face. Mom baked my favorite cake, and Sam gave me a framed photo of the two of us as kids, grinning from ear to ear. Happy birthday, he said. To many more together. I looked around at their faces, worn, but warm, and for the first time, I felt like I was truly home. Thank you, I said, my voice thick with emotion. This means a lot. That night, we shared stories and laughter, filling the spaces that had long been empty. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. A story of shared pain and the slow, messy process of healing. We couldn't change the past, but the future was ours to build together, one day at a time. And for me, that was more than enough.